started copywriting and content writing before the time of smartphone, before the online job boom, before freelance platforms were mainstream, way back in the good old days of 2010. And I just made it sound like I started copywriting in 1868. Since then, so much has changed for freelance copywriters. Way back when I started my copywriting journey, copywriting courses and online resources were not as prevalent. And I didn't have any sort of formal business training. So I went at it bootstrap style and figured it out as I went along. All I really knew is that I wanted to write for a living. I wanted to be able to work from anywhere, and I wanted to have my own business. I knew I would figure the rest out, and I did after a ton of trial and error. So today I'm gonna share with you 9 things that I wish I would have known before I started my copywriting journey so that you can skip that learning curve. But before we get into it, my name's Liz. I'm a copywriter, content writer, and owner of an award-winning copywriting agency. And around here, you're gonna find tools, tips, tricks, courses, and resources to help you launch, grow, and scale your copywriting journey. And if you like what you see around here, hit that thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss a video. All right, let's jump in. Number 1, knowing how to write copy and content opens way more doors. There is actually a pretty big difference between writing copy and writing content. And if you're new to copywriting, you might not quite understand those key differentiators. So I'll break it down really quickly. You can remember it like this. Copy is meant to sell, content is meant to tell. It all comes down to the purpose of the writing. If the intention is to make the audience take an immediate action, like on a sales page, it's copy. If the intention is to educate, inform, or entertain your audience, it's content. Businesses need both. If you learn copywriting and content writing, you'll have far more opportunities available to you. Number 2, don't diminish the value of your work just to get clients. And I wish this one didn't take me as long to learn as it did. For a long time, I had a bad habit of underpricing my services, especially in the earlier days of my career, way back then. In 1868. When I was a brand new copywriter, I just wanted to land clients. And to do so, I thought the best course of action was to just go super, super low on my pricing. Spoiler alert, bad idea. But did I land clients this way? Yes. But then clients started assuming that my pricing was just standard copywriting pricing or that the value of my work was lower. And I ended up burnt out and working for way too little money. Which brings us to number 3. Copywriting is a specialized skill, so charge accordingly. Copywriting is a revenue generating activity. That means what you're doing has a direct impact on your client making money. The better your copy is, the more money that your client makes. Without your copy, they see lower revenue. Businesses need copywriting, and not everyone can write copy. And this is really important, so remember this. Write it down, tattoo it on yourself, somewhere you can always see it. You are not just charging for the words. You're charging for the experience and knowledge that it takes to make those words work. And number 4, always work with a contract. Always. Always. It does not matter how well you know a person. It doesn't matter how much you trust them. Everyone gets a contract. Everyone, every time. Having the right freelance copywriting contract in place protects you when you have a client that abruptly ends the contract or begins to scope creep. And if you need a good freelance copywriting contract, I'm going to leave the link to mine down there in the description box. Number 5, setting boundaries with clients is crucial. As a recovering people pleaser, this one took me a long time to learn. I always want to provide the best service to my clients. I want them to succeed. And I always work with clients that I would totally be friends with outside of a business setting. And because of that, it's really easy for lines to just get blurred. But because of this, I found myself answering phone calls late at night, over the weekend, holidays, and when I was super swamped with other client work. I found myself pushing up deadlines to meet their needs, even though later deadlines had been agreed upon. Set expectations in the beginning of the project using your contract. Let your clients know when you'll be available to them to answer questions, how often you're going to give project updates, and stay firm on the agreed upon deadline. Sometimes setting boundaries with your clients can be really, really difficult, but it's worth it. Number 6, You don't have to work 24 hours a day to be successful. Full transparency, not only am I a recovering people pleaser, but I am a recovering workaholic. Don't get me wrong, I love owning my own business. I love the work that goes into it. But when your determination turns into obsessively working, you're gonna reach the point where you're more overwhelmed than excited for your business. Remember, you started your copywriting business because you wanted the freedom that comes along with it. Allow yourself to enjoy that freedom. Take a day off if you need it. Spend time resting, unplug. Overworking yourself ends up resulting in you not putting the best effort into your business. Working until 3 a.m. every day is not going to get you any further in your business than it would if you just took a break, slept, and came back to it. Number 7, you make more money upselling than you do with client acquisition. When you're early in your career, it's easy to feel the pressure of getting your next client and then your next client and then your next client. After all, as a copywriting business owner, your income is based on you finding the clients. But it's a lot easier and more profitable to upsell to the clients that you already have. For example, if your current client is happy with the work that you did on their sales page, upsell them on email sequences or weekly blogs. And that comes back to knowing how to write copy and content. You see how this all ties together. Your current clients already know you're a good investment. It's far easier to continue working with them than to spend all of those extra hours sourcing new clients, sending pitches, and doing discovery calls. Number 8, it's okay to turn down clients, even if you're brand new to copywriting. Not everyone is gonna be your perfect client fit, just like you are not every business owner's perfect fit copywriter. And that's okay. When you're a new copywriter, it's tempting to take any client that comes your way. But if you don't feel that alignment, you're not gonna deliver your best work. Client experience won't be as good as it could be, and you might end up with a less than positive review. Work with clients that you feel a real connection with. It's better for everyone involved. And finally, number 9, a CRM is a total lifesaver. Okay, confession time. When I first started my agency, I was tracking everything, and I mean everything, in Google Sheets. Now, I still use Google Sheets for a lot of things and a lot of internal tracking, but Google Sheets is not a CRM. And if you're using something that's not really a CRM, you're going to lose a lot of client info, miss deadlines, and not provide the best customer experience. Switching to a CRM was life-changing. Things were streamlined almost immediately, and it was a more professional presentation for my clients. So learn from my mistakes and skip the trial and error. It took me a lot of years to learn these 9 lessons. So skip the mess and learn from my mistakes. And trust me, you're gonna make your own along the way, but that's part of owning a business. We live, we learn, we screw it up, and we grow. It's part of the process. But hopefully these 9 tips will help you skip over my mistakes and set you on your path to copywriting success far sooner. And if you want to jumpstart on your career, download my free ebook that teaches you my signature method for writing high-powered sales copy. It's called the Circa Method, and you can download it for free down in the description box. And if you liked what you saw here today, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next week.